being a safe PPE, I come up, I find that my patient has fallen. The first thing I'm gonna do is get my partner to hold C-spine, inline stabilization. While she's doing that, I'm going to come up and I'm going to measure my patient using my fingers, her neck, to make sure that I'm setting the C-collar at the right length for my patient. Okay, Morgan, I'm gonna put the C-collar on you. So as I'm putting it on her, I'm gonna just gently feel the back of her neck for any deformities. I'm also at this time going to be checking her ears and face for any clear liquid or blood coming out, just to be able to note that. Next, I'm going to check CMS of both of her wrists. I can feel a pulse. Can you wiggle your fingers for me? And can you feel which finger I'm touching?
My thumbs.
Okay, perfect. So we have good CMS there. I'm gonna do the same at her feet, feeling for a pedal pulse. I feel a pulse. Can you wiggle your toes for me? And which toe am I pinching?
My big one.
All right, perfect. So now that I've checked CMS, I'm going to put her arms up like this. I'm going to get my backboard in place. And if I have a third person, I'm going to call them and ask them to help me. I'm going to grab her. And on my partner's count, we will tilt her to get her onto the backboard.
1, 2, 3.
So now that we have her like this, I'm going to do a quick check of the spine and just make sure I don't feel any deformities or anything like that. I'm going to pull the backboard into place. And on your count, we will roll her back onto the backboard.
1, 2, 3.
Alrighty. Now that we have her on the backboard, we need to get her head in place. So again, on your count, we will get her up there.
1, 2, 3.
Perfect. The first thing I'm going to do is get her head strapped down here on the board. And once her head is down, then I can tell my partner that she can stop with the inline stabilization. I'm going to buckle my patient in place. If my patient is conscious, she can have her hands out, her arms out, but if she's unconscious, her arms are going to be strapped into place. I'm going to get her all strapped up here. Once she's strapped, I'm going to check CMS again to make sure that there's no differences. So I'm going to check for radial pulses. I can feel them. Can you wiggle your fingers for me? And which finger am I touching?
My thumbs.
Perfect. And again, on your feet, I feel a pulse. Can you wiggle your toes for me? And which toe am I touching?
My big ones.
Perfect. So at this point, then I would administer oxygen if needed and transport to the hospital.